Hello and welcome back to our series of lessons on how to be happy in marriage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uh, you know, uh, Love is something that we don't just fall into like a lot of people say. They fall into love. True love is not something you just fall into. It's something you have to learn how to do. You to really become a person that loves, you have to overcome bad habits and you have to develop new habits. Actually, I've been having a good time making these lessons because uh, I'm just a sinner, just like everybody else. And I have to work on loving people. I have to work on being a good lover to my wife. Uh, my tendency, and it's not just mine, it's everybody's tendency, our tendency as a sinner is to be hateful, not to be loving. And so we have to work on it. And today we're going to study Love Covers Sins. Now, the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 12, hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins. Now, what hatred does is instead of covering sins, it emphasizes them. It points them out. It makes them to be the center of attention. And if we want love in our marriage, then we have to cover sin, not point it out, and not just constantly be picking on somebody, picking on our mate. We can't do that. If we want to have a relationship that's going to be a pleasant and happy relationship, then we don't want to be stirring up strife, stirring up fights, but we want to cover sin. Now, then Proverbs chapter 17, verse 9 says, he that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends. So, when you cover a person's transgression, when you hide it, so to speak, when you don't go telling everybody about your mate's bad points. Okay, don't do that. Cover transgression, and you'll be seeking love that way. You want your mate to have love towards you. Well, you cover your mate's transgression, and that will go a long ways to making it so that your mate will be able to love you. A person that repeateth the matter separateth very friends. When you repeat what your mate has done, that is the bad things we're talking about here, when you repeat the sins of your mate, then you're going to be separating friends. And the friends that it will separate, the ones that are the most important is you and your mate. You should be very best friends. But if you repeat the sins of your mate, you'll separate yourself from your mate. And you'll have trouble getting back that trust. But it's possible to get it back. If you have been sinning in this matter, you haven't been covering sins, but rather you've been repeating them, you need to ask forgiveness, and you need to admit you're wrong to your mate, and genuinely try to not ever do that again. And you will be blessed in your marriage because of this. Well, I'm trying to keep all these lessons down to just a few minutes so that you don't have to sit for half an hour to listen to them or something. If you're finding these lessons helpful, subscribe and tell your friends. By subscribing, you'll help us get more people watching. And by telling your friends, you'll definitely help us get more people watching. So anyway, we appreciate this. And like I say, I'm enjoying giving these lessons because it's helping me to remember my own weaknesses, and it's helping me to be a better husband. So God bless you until the next lesson.